Physicians Weight Loss Centers. Is advertising a trick or a treat? This time of year, the media reps traditionally are coming out of the woodwork like termites in a house fire. They come either bearing a trick or a treat, but that's up to you to decide. If you follow the rules of advertising, it'll be a treat. However, if you try to reinvent the wheel, it'll most likely end up being a trick. The trick is to treat the advertising rules with respect and follow them diligently, and the results will be as they should. With that said, the trick is also to treat your staff as professionals and make sure they follow the phone script to properly track the advertising source of all the calls. Remember, if you properly organize the advertising and marketing, in most cases, prospects will cite Yellow Pages as their source. This can be misleading because the reality is they saw you on TV, they heard you on the radio, they saw you in the newspaper, they saw a flyer at the drugstore, they got a direct mail piece at home, they passed a contest box, they saw your temporary sign, and drove by your center sign every day for the past 3 years, and when they called you, they looked you up either in the online Yellow Pages or the actual Yellow Pages. Let's take a moment and recap what we covered at the regional franchisee meetings. Now let's review the rules for advertising. When we talked about national advertising, we recognize that only about 10% of the messages the average consumer sees is a national ad. This would cost about $341,000 per center annually. That is a horrible strategy. Regional advertising represents only about 20% of what consumers see. That would cost almost $250,000 per center. That's a bad strategy. However, local advertising represents approximately 30% of the advertising that's seen, costs about $30,000 for the average center. That is a good strategy. 0 to 3 mile radius advertising, or a 10-minute drive time, represents about 40% of the advertising most consumers see. That only costs about $3,600 per center, and that is an excellent strategy. So when you combine both local advertising and 0 to 3 mile or 10-minute radius advertising, that represents 40% of the messages that consumers see. So how do we maximize our opportunities? The way we maximize our opportunities with advertising are to strictly follow the advertising rules. What are the rules? Let's just walk through it for a moment. What are the media weeks? There are 52 weeks in the year. We do not advertise the week before and the week of a holiday. That leaves us with 40 weeks. Of the remaining 40 weeks, we recommend that you advertise a week on and a week off, or 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. That leaves you with 20 weeks per year to advertise. There are 7 advertising flights. Those flights are between each of the eating holidays. In those advertising flights, that's where you want to identify the 20 weeks you're going to advertise. You just have to pick the 20 weeks, and we can assist you with that. Now let's take a look at the media rules. Newspaper, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, main or local section only. We never want to be in lifestyle. We never want to be in health and fitness. Most people read the main and local section, and most of our prospects never read the health and lifestyle. There are a couple of markets where there is an exception, Fort Lauderdale being one of them. They have a Thursday food section in the Sentinel. TV, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the news only, on a network-affiliated station only, or if you're running on cable, in a news program only. Radio, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 a.m. to when your center closes only. Let me repeat what I've said in training and at meetings and for years. There's no such thing as a free spot, no matter what your media rep tells you. If they have no choice but to give you what are considered to be free spots after hours, then make sure you call forward your phone, put people on call forward it to their cell phone to make sure you can take those calls up until a reasonable hour, reasonable traditionally being 9 o'clock. Flyers, 200 to 300 per week, every single week that you're running advertising. Contest boxes, no fewer than 30 placed per center, actively out in the marketplace placed. Temporary signs, 4 to 6 placed Monday and Tuesday for a few hours in the morning and a few hours in the afternoon. Always run no fewer than 4 media, but no more than 6. And why do we do that? If you run fewer than 4 media, you're just too small. No one's ever going to see you. If you run more than 6, you traditionally become too fragmented, and no one will see you often enough to be able to respond, yet you've invested all the money or spent all the money on that. Media would include your permanent signage and your yellow page ad. So that's 2 of the 4 that you need. The other 2 could be television and radio, radio and newspaper, newspaper and direct mail and temporary sign and contest boxes, and so on. And you always want to measure your advertising based on cost per thousand. We don't deal in the realm of points and shares. We only deal with cost per thousand. That's the only unilateral way to be able to effectively measure the cost of your advertising and what is the best possible advertising. When all else fails, go back to the training material that you received in franchisee school or at any of the countless meetings, or easier yet, call us. We'll walk you through it again. So let's make advertising a treat, not a trick, in fourth quarter. Have a great day, everybody.